Okay, so the next triangle we're going to work on is what we call the 30, 60, 90. 30, 60, 90. Okay? And just like the 45, 45, 90, this is referencing the angles inside this triangle. So here's my 90. Here would be my, oops, sorry. It would be my 60. And here would be my 30. Okay? I'm actually going to do something a little different. And I'm going to color code this. This is going to be my 90. This is going to be my 30. Okay. So my smallest angle is 30 degrees, because this is 30, 60, 90. So 30 is going to be the smallest. That means the side opposite my 30 is my smallest side. Okay. Then my biggest side is 90. Here's my right angle. That means my biggest side is opposite my biggest angle, and it's right here. And in right triangles, we call that the hypotenuse is the biggest side. And then the last one, my middle angle, is my middle side, in terms of length. So here's my small, medium, and biggest. Okay? And in this ratio, my smallest side, opposite my 30 degree, is my n. That's where I start always. My smallest side here is n. My biggest side is 2n. And my middle side is n root 3. Okay? So again, very similar. We will solve problems that look a lot like this. Okay, so here is my triangle. And if I look at this, I've got a 90, a 60, and that would mean by default I'd end up with 30. So here's 30, and my side opposite it is right here, and that is my n. Here's my 90, and my side opposite is 2n. And here's 60, and my side opposite that is n root 3. Now, this one's also a fairly simple one. If you notice, this side is simply n. So all I'll need to do is plug in right here and have 2 times 25, and I will get 50. So my first answer, y, is going to be equal to 50. Then I'll do the same thing and plug it in right here for n, and I will say 25 root 3 is this side, so then x is equal to 25 root 3. My next example is a little more difficult, but still very simple. This is example B. And again, I see, okay, I've got 90, I've got 60, I've got 30. So my side opposite 30 is my n. My side opposite the 90 is 2n. And then by default, this is my n root 3 side. Okay? So I can look at this and go, oh, this isn't as easy to solve. I've got 2n equals to 24. Okay, so 24 equals 2n. I'll deal with this just like I do any problem in algebra and divide and get 12 is equal to n. So that means over here on this side, I can say that this is 12. Okay? So in other words, x equals 12. This side. All right, and then I can see I've got an n root 3 here, so there's 12, and so I'll put 12 root 3 for y. All right, well that wasn't so bad. All right, so that's good. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do one that is a little more challenging, specifically from your homework tonight, and that would be problem number 8 from tonight's homework. Okay, so if I look at this, here's my triangle again. All right, I got the 90 and the 60, and I'm just missing 30. And then opposite 30 is n, and opposite the right angle is 2n, and opposite the 60 is n root 3. Okay, so here's my number and here's my equation. So I'm going to write 12 equals n root 3. Okay, And again, just like I did on the 45, 45, 90, in order to get rid of this root 3, I'm just going to divide both sides by root 3. I'm allowed to do that. Whatever I do to one side, I can do to the other. Those will cancel, and I'm left with 12 over root 3 equals n. Okay? So I again should say to myself, well, I don't like having the square root in the bottom, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by root 3 to get rid of it. Root 3 times root 3 becomes 3, and then 12 times root 3 I will write like this. The only thing I'm left to clean up is 12 over 3 becomes 4, and so my answer is 4 root 3. So that means that was n, which is this side right here. So right now I've gotten this side done, so that's x equals 4 root 3. And then the only other one I got to figure out is y. Well, if I look at this, my n is 4 root 3, so then I've got to do 2 times 4 root 3. And the only thing I can multiply together are the 2 and 4, and they become 8 root 3. So then my y value right here is 8.